The lasting cologne scent of Old Spice Dynasty helps get you off your couch and into the driver's seat.
I won't forget you guys.
That's just gonna become my song for when we're live and you dance it too. Hi, guys. I'm so psyched to be live with all the characters behind Erin, Fitz, Badass.
Wait. Can you hear it? I hope you guys can hear it.
It's faint to me. I don't know if everyone else is hearing it.
Hang on.
Do it loud.
Wait, listen.
I think you're in over your head. The squish in a bung. Mess with the best and die like the rest.
You heard that, I hope.
Yes. So good. Guys, this is Erin Fitzgerald, who is such a talented human being, and I can't wait to tell you how we all met. But before we get started, I want you to, this is just a little peek of all the voices she does, because when you go to her IMDb, you go, and you can see all the characters behind her, so that's like the crazy stuff happening right there. But we have Naz and May Kanker from Ed, Edd and Eddy, Chia Satonaka and Wakaba from the Persona games, Genocide Jack and Junko from Danganronpa games, Sona and Jana, what I think are twins, from League of Legends, and Uriel.
Yes. Chat, you guys have to just tell me what you guys say, because everybody's different.
Yeah, totally. And then Uriel from World of Warcraft and Hearthstone. Dude, that's mind-blowing. I love these chats because I get to know people so much better, and then just like I'm in awe of your talent and what you bring to the table.
Well, this is so ridiculous because, of course, I'm such a fan of yours, and obviously I have you on my television right now. And, and I also I was super excited that you were Mr. Robot. I was like, oh, I love that show. So, like, you've got credits that are like, you hit my sweet spot of things I'm like, dude, yes! So it's a mutual appreciation society for sure.
I love it. A Mutual Appreciation Society, MAS. It's a mass going on here. That's what's crazy though. Well, okay, you blink and you don't see me in Mr. Robot. I'm in for all of 5 seconds, so
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I don't care. You still got paid for the day. It's a full actress credit. I love that you were in Mr. I had like one line in the X-Files, and that I'm like forever. And that's when my parents decided I was a serious actor. They were like, one line. I'm like, I'm a lead in an animated series. They're like, yeah, but you were on the X-Files, though.
Yeah, that's the thing that they can tell their friends that everybody knows about. Because obviously your parents' friends don't know what the hell League of Legends is, you know? So,
but yeah.
I mean, maybe they've heard of that. There's there's others that are a little more obscure that they're like, what? Oh my gosh. Welcome, chat. Thank you so much for being here.
I see you guys. I see you, Faith, Lucas, CPU Whiteheart, Juan. I see you, Blurry Umbrella. I see you, Ace. I see you, Lorella. I see you. I am seeing the chat, guys. I'm also just really excited because I'm talking to Sombra. So wait, this way. Okay. So excuse me for being distracted because Sombra.
Well, it seems like you're a Soldier 76 main because of your shirt.
No, I just like because in this cartoon, Fred is my buff. And so I support all things Fred Tatasciore. But no, I can't play Soldier 76 to save my life because the recoil in the gun is the worst. And
I thought he was easy. I thought he was the one that you train with to learn how to fight.
Used to be. I liked playing with him in the Halloween event. But yeah, I'm not a great shot to begin with. He's like, I feel like he's the main. You go to Soldier 76 when you play Call of Duty for a living. I'm like, I've always been, my beginner has always been Zenyatta because I couldn't do the first person shooter. It made me nauseous, the POV. But Zenyatta, because he's so chill and he also is like, you can do it again. You make a mistake, try it. So I'm like, Zen was my first love. I am an Omnic girl at heart. But, you know, and turrets, obviously. I like turrets. So a little bit of Torb, a little bit of Sam. God, that's how I started because I couldn't shoot. And it took a lot, like 4 years. What a chat, y'all play with me. 4 years into the game. Now I'm like, Orisa, baby. Yes. I'm getting so good. Let me protect you. So I feel pretty good. Healer or tank.
You're the perfect mix for gamer and voice actor fans because you freaking game. You know what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, right. Orisa does that totally. Of course. Laugh.
But I don't game well. Like, don't
matter.
Don't be fooled. I'm a crap gamer. But I'm here to justify everybody who games who isn't a professional. If you like playing video games, you're a gamer. Just saying. I don't care if you're good or not because I'm crap. And also I can start I just for the first time in my life started playing Pokemon Sword and Shield. Like I know nothing, and the entire gaming universe is like, we will show you the way. This is the way, which is pretty awesome. So you can start from scratch and you've got an entire community to support, which is dope. I love it.
Especially when you create a really supportive community rather than a trolley community, which also exists.
That's real.
Erin, when you get really excited, I hear a slight Southern accent come out. Am I correct?
No, my roommate.
Or like a little twang.
Yeah, probably, because my roommate is, my roommate has some American sounds. So whoever I'm around is the accent. I pick up, but I am Canadian, and my natural accent is Canadian.
Oh my gosh! Seriously?
Yes.
Give me your like most intense Canadian as you talk to me right now.
Well, hang on. Let me just think of my mom. Okay, so if I'm talking to my mom right now, right? So this is pretty much where I live. This is my natural placement, my natural muscles. If I relax everything, this is pretty much where I sit, So if I talk to my mom for 5 seconds, this is where I live. So it's pretty. But you know what? I heard Carolina just now speak. We could go in total Scottish accent. You were just doing it 5 seconds ago.
I was doing a Scottish accent.
Yeah, you were. I heard you before we started the stream.
Before we started, I don't know what I was doing. I was probably inventing something. I have no idea.
There we go. We just, it's an accent world. We just do accents. Don't judge us.
Yeah. I learned a little bit of Scottish when we did the Scottish play because I was playing a witch. So I did some round about the cauldron go. But
good. Your accent is good.
I have not practiced it in a while.
Faith, you're from Scotland. We've got some Scottish people.
Yeah, that's why she's like, there we go. Oh gosh, Scottish witches. Yeah. So, dude, I didn't know you were Canadian, eh?
Yeah.
And so where you're right now, you're
Canadien français puis tout ça. Je parle français. Pas, I don't speak Spanish, mais un petit peu de français. Je peux plus parler.
Ouais. So what city? Quebec?
I was a Navy brat. So my dad, I was born in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. So that's the West Coast. And as a Navy brat, I've lived all across Canada to the East Coast and back. And then I got finished with Canada and let's go to the States and start over there.
Oh my goodness. This is exciting to get to like travel, figure out your journey to all these colorful characters. The way that I had Sissy Jones on recently, and we were talking about just
Sissy.
She's incredible. And she was saying that we were talking about accents, and that you start with like a really heavy accent, and then you she was saying Russian. And then you can just say, okay, I'm going to dial it down, tell me where you want to stop, and then that's how subtle we'll keep the accent. And she's like,
yes,
Erin is just a mastermind at this stuff.
But I'd love to take all the credit for my accent abilities, but truthfully, my father has the genetics of there's a genetic thing to be able to muscularly change your muscles to be able to hit certain accents, because that's a muscle thing, right? So this is my theory on accents. So in Canada, it's so freaking cold, right? So we're always like, holy crap, it's cold. So you don't move your mouth because it's so cold. Yeah. And then if you think about the northern states, it's the same, yeah? So if I'm going to go to Fargo, it's just a little bit like Canada, but it's a little bit, even colder because, sometimes it gets cold. But if you're going to go to the south, it's so hot there in the south, you're not going to move. No, but you got to smile on because it's not cold, but you ain't going to move. I mean, all the sound for the southern accent's all back there. Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying?
So where does Russia sit?
Russia, this is very cold. So I dropped like 20 octaves immediately. Because same thing, if you notice, it's the same placement as the cold face. So everything becomes a little bit more. You're using all the muscles inside the mouth, so you don't have to use outside. Yeah. This is why everybody looks so good when they are older in Russia, because they don't have to use these muscles. They don't get the wrinkles. They look gorgeous.
The wrinkles, they do look gorgeous. Oh my God.
Models.
What is your favorite accent to do?
My favorite accent to do is actually based on a person, because for me, accents can be a party trick. But when I learn an accent, it's usually because I fall in love with a person who has the accent. And then I can't help, as an empath, that energy, I'm like, oh, I'm so in love with that accent. I'm gonna play with it. But I had a friend in my mid-20s. She lived down the street from me, but weirdly enough, we met each other in the Philippines on an island called Boracay. It was like the year 2000. I went to Boracay. Were you in Boracay?
Yes, but not then. But yes, I've been.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous, right? It's like one of the best places on earth, and it has like international food.
Yeah,
I love Boracay. So I met this woman there that I fell madly in love with, not romantically, but like her name was Ava. She was Polish, and she turned out that I lived in Vancouver at the time, and she literally lived down the street from me. We had to go to a totally different country to meet each other. And she talked like this. Erin, oh my goodness, you are gorgeous. Come over, I make you pierogi. Do you want to come to my house? And then I was at her house one day. This is legit something that actually happened. And she got those bill collectors, those credit card collectors are calling her because she's got overdue credit cards, and she's like, hello, yes, this is Ava. Oh, you need money for the credit card. Oh, that's nice. I don't have any money. Oh, I would love to pay you. Yes, I know I owe it, but I don't have any money. Oh, well, what do you want me to do? You want me to go steal to get the money? I don't have any money. Hang on, Erin, I need some money to pay the credit card. Do you have money you can give me? No, Eva, I don't. No, she has no money. Hey, I have idea. Maybe you lend me the money, then you do your job, I pay my debt, and everybody happy. Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling? I know you're just doing your job. I'm not mad at you. Why are you yelling at me? And I was like, dead. Like she's
dude,
best human ever.
That is a one-woman show right there.
I know.
I wanted to just keep listening to her talk on the phone, never hear the other guy.
She's always happy. She was a person, and she met a man and moved to like America somewhere. And I love. Oh, yay! Look at all the gift subs. Thank you for all the gift subs.
Yeah. And I shout them out at the end. Please, thank you so much for being here. A lovely Brit who I spoke to yesterday in a podcast. But yes, I'll shout you out at the end. But thank you. That's so kind of you.
Very kind of you.
Yeah.
Very kind. We definitely appreciate it. You know,
you do, don't you?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, so she was like just positive all the time. Like she just never she changed my thinking. And she had a profound impact on me spiritually speaking. Because she was just always, if a problem came up, she just knew how to approach it in a kind, loving manner. She was always wholesome. She was just adorable. She was like, I loved her so much. And so now, when my favorite accent to do is always her. Always.
Have you used that for a character? Has it been booked?
I have tried so many times. I bring Ava with me everywhere, but nobody has hired her yet.
She will. Don't worry.
Although with this show, the Storybots, they have let me. I mean, a good 100 of my characters that have been on the back burner have been used in that show. So I'm just kind of waiting for the moment where I feel that Ava spirit, so I can.
Yeah, you can't waste Ava on like a 2-line.
No,
you've got to have like an arc. Yeah,
and she's got to be a love ball. It has to be a character who is pure love all the time. Yeah.
Well, I've told this story a million times, so I won't go deep into it. But
I haven't heard the story, and maybe some of the people here haven't heard the story.
Cute. Yes,
tell me the story.
Well, no, that's basically Junkrat's situation. Chris Parson had this zany ass voice inside of him that he kept trying to use, and he would audition left and right with it, and it wouldn't get booked, but he knew one day somebody's going to want it. I don't know if it was always Australian, but it was this crazy character, and Junkrat comes along, and Blizzard wanted that crazy voice, and so that's what Ava's going to be, I believe
absolutely. And a lot of people in the chat right now, Overwatch gamers, how much do we love Junkrat, right? Like, how much do we love Junkrat? Yeah. Like, he could have his own animated series, and we would absolutely be all over that, right?
Yeah,
absolutely. That would be so good.
And we want you to say, I want to hug you like big fuzzy Siberian bear.
I want to hug you like big fuzzy Siberian bear.
There we go.
To be fair, I do play a lot of
unstoppable.
Overwatch, and I'm in love with all the characters. So yes, I have a tendency to do impressions of characters. I can't help it.
You're
'Cause I love
incredible,
them.
dude. You can throw them out whenever you want, like Junkrat right now, because I geek out over that.
Thank you, Eve. Look at all those gift subs from Eve. Yay, Eve! Shouting you out because that was very kind.
Do you want to just host all of this, and I'll let you, because I'm loving the energy, and
So
the chat is loving the energy. No, please, it's genuine. Like, I'm digging it so much.
Well, we're just everybody's happy together.
If at first you don't succeed, blow up again!
Oh my God, Helena Bonham Carter for the win!
You know, it's the best I could do, man. There's like levels.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Give me a
I
Junkrat.
totally love that. Junkrat. Somebody type a Junkrat line.
Fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole. I can't do Junkrat. Suckers. I can't do. Sorry.
You know that was
Troll of
also.
the century.
You've interviewed her, right?
I haven't. I'm ashamed to because I've talked so much smack about her character.
Doesn't matter. She knows May's the devil. It doesn't matter. I told her all the time, and she's the devil too.
Freaking cute. She's so cute. I feel so ashamed for the crap I have said.
Dude,
Not
don't.
because of her.
She would also be like, "What? You think this is my character?"
And she's so. Oh my God! And her character is so adorable. Like Adora Troll is what we call her. She's an adorable troll. Troll.
Not just that though. It's freaking. She's the devil. She's the devil. What can I say?
She is. Apagando las luces.
Yeah.
That's the best I got for you.
Yeah. So we got Omaruto16 asking if I speak Spanish and what I'm doing in the U.S. Yes, I do speak Spanish. I'm from Colombia. I came here to pursue my career in acting, and the best place to do it is New York or L.A., and that's where I've lived. And now I'm in L.A., thank God, because of the warm weather and, voiceover. Hello, that's where it is.
Hey, I love that. And we're happy to have you here because then we wouldn't have you in all the awesome projects that you're in. Yay.
Dude, besides Sombra, like the other stuff I've booked is thanks to being in LA. So I'm really, really happy to be here. I just made you do Dance Monkey Dance, which we'll continue doing because you're just so talented. But what was the first inkling of you going, I'm good at voices and I think I'm going to pursue this as a living?
Well, I've always been a character actor. Like, even since I was a little kid, I've always been a character actor. And I've been acting out movies since I was 3 because I had, like, a 90-year-old next-door neighbor. And so my next-door neighbor's name was Mrs. Proudfoot, and her family was really rich and lived in a mansion, like, just a little bit over from our regular, normal-sized house. Her children owned the mansion, and she lived in a trailer at the very front of the property. And so I would go over to her trailer every day and act out whatever movie I saw on Sunday night, because every Sunday night there was like a cartoon movie. I've acted out like Wizard of Oz. I've acted out like she would sit there with tea and biscuits because Canada. And
but was she native? Proudfoot?
I wouldn't know. I have no idea.
God, no, I was just curious if the name was just like really Anglo
She might have been Anglo. She was very Christian, so I think she was white. It felt white. But it's on an island that's very, very, First Nations, Indigenous people are all over. Cool. So I don't know. I'm
just like putting the tea and biscuits together.
I love that, though.
Mrs. Proudfoot. Okay.
So I kind of always, I knew at the age of 3. I didn't know it was called acting, but I was playing characters since then, and so every time there was an opportunity to play character in school or whatever, I'm like, I can do that. I had things memorized and was reciting early on. I started writing my own sketches, forcing my sister in them, forcing the neighborhood in them. Like, I've always been a character actor. I've always been a sketch comedy human being, love that improv. And then I did theater. I did a degree in theater. Didn't get cast because I'm like, the ingenue leading female characters bored the living hell out of me. And, I'm old, right? I'm like in my 40s. So like my generation in my 20s, like they were really like white male written characters for young women. And so then I went into television and film, and the only interesting characters at that age, again, everything being written by older white men, were like hookers and drug addicts. They were the only interesting character roles. So I was always like, I'll play that drug addict. Yes. And I have a lot of drug addict hooker roles. You're welcome, internet. And then it was on. I was doing looping for television and film because they said they needed women who could do accents in Canada, in Canada. And so I was working with a guy named Michael Dobson. If any of you know Michael Dobson, voice actor extraordinaire from Canada, and. Our very first job, my very first job, he had been doing it with this loop group for a while, was a 90s show called Outer Limits. It was a remake of the original Outer Limits, and the first episode I was looping had Alyssa Milano in it, and she had just gotten the ladies done. She had just gotten the ladies done. It was her first real resurgence into the world since Who's the Boss? Yeah. And she had this sex scene where I had to do her breathing in this sex scene, and Michael had to do the gentleman, and they were like this, and I didn't know Michael at all, and we're Canadian, so extra awkward, because Canadian is like being British, where we're super polite and like, so we're doing these ridiculous just breathing noises, and of course we start improvising and being ridiculous to just deal with the awkwardness of the situation. Right. Yeah. And we match each other. So he was like my brother from another mother. So anything he did, I could match him character-wise. So we went on this tour around the world. We mostly ended up in England because we definitely loved this part right here. So we started getting even more uptight, but pretending we were British and the main sex scenes. It definitely felt like that scene in Love Actually where the stand.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. That's exactly what it felt like. And then at the end, he was like, how come you're not doing cartoons? And it never occurred to me. Yeah. Because I thought cartoon characters were real. Yeah. Like, I thought Papa Smurf was actually Papa Smurf. Like, nobody told me that they were actors. And I couldn't get it took a couple of weeks for the penny to drop. And then I got into cartoons. And my first job was Ed, Edd and Eddy. May Kanker and Naz and Ed, Edd and Eddy. It took a 6-month audition process. And then once I started acting, all of the characters I could be behind a microphone, that didn't matter what I looked like, that I could be male, female, it didn't matter. Like, that was it for me. That was done. That was before they even had voices on video games. Like, we didn't even have voices in video games. I'm that old, you know? Like, it was, I knew I was.
How old can you be, though, if Mario was a voice in a video game? Mario and Luigi. And that was, like, since I was, tiny.
It's Mario!
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
But like not video games like the ones we know today, but they were like the Yoshi was
right. I did. I think my first video game recording was for Kessen 2 in the late 90s. That was my first video game. Yeah. And then when I moved to America, then I started working in video games. Like that's when it really popped off for me. And I moved to LA in 2000.
Dude, so you've been here since you were 2 years old in LA. You moved, right?
No, I was in my 20s. I was in my late 20s. Okay. That's right. That's what I am not ashamed of my age. This is what it looks like to get older, people.
And it's gorgeous. So
honestly, all of this happens over time. Yeah. It just happens over time.
It does.
That's it. That's all it is. It's an accumulation. Yeah. Like interest. That's why you go for long-term investment.
Guys, do you have to have your own fucking comedy talk show? This is so brilliant.
No, I'm just talking with you. You bring it out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing, I think that when people go, oh my God, like we have some people asking in the chat, that they want to be actors or get into voice acting or do music. It's possible to do both for sure. Darling Eve, 5220. I think it's just a matter of prioritizing what you want to do first. Yeah. And it's the skill that you have to work at. It's something that we practice for hours on end, right? Like
that's it.
We're born with crazy voices sometimes, but we also work our butts off and like.
Well, there's no such thing as voice acting. That's not a thing. I can do tricks with my voice, but that's not acting. Acting is acting. If you do a character and I don't believe you, then you're not acting. You're just making sounds out of your face.
Yeah.
Every single line you say
You're
is
making
sombra.
sounds
I believe
out of your
it.
face.
Everything you say is sombra. I believe it. Everything you've ever said is sombra. I am hook, line, and sinker. Like, I believe everything you deliver. That's what makes a great actor. Is that not only do I love the character, but I buy everything you're saying. And on another level, if you're watching something as an audience member and you don't actually feel it while the character, like you say, like somebody's feeling something and they're laughing or crying or whatever, and you as the audience member are going, oh yeah, they're laughing and crying. Yeah. Then they're not necessarily delivering you a great performance. You know it's a great performance when you're feeling it with the character, because that means the actor is feeling it. If the actor feels it,
absolutely.
You as the audience member feel it. I feel everything Sombra says. I feel the coldness. I feel that. I feel that I have been through some stuff and I'm going to do this on my own.
Yeah. Or I'd love to stay and chat, but I'm not going to.
Yes. And that she's a character that women we don't get. You know, like everything about her, independent, fierce. She's like, I don't need it. Oh my God, we needed a Sombra in our lives. We needed a Sombra. When she came out, she was giving me all the life. For real. It's so nice for real females to be represented.
Yes. Absolutely. And all of the Overwatch females are represented. Yes.
Welcome to my reality.
Yes, and heroes never die. I mean, I guess those are extra magical and like, you know, a little bit airy-fairy, but, you know, they're still real.
They are.
So I just want to point out that there have been some questions in the chat about voice acting or doing this or no. And people in the chat are responding awesome answers. So if you're please, like, don't just listen to what we're saying, pay attention to the chat. There's just awesome, not to you, Erin, to other aspiring voice actors. Like, all the advice that is being given right now is awesome. I know Danny shared, I have a video on my YouTube channel on tips on how to get into voice acting, and I've shared a bunch of websites that are super helpful. So I just feel like there's so many different, there's not A to B, there's like A to A, B, C, D, F, G, there is no straight way to get into it, you know. It's just look at you with all your cute little emotes and emoji boats. Yeah, I fed
Carolina, Dead Hero is like one of your biggest fans of all time. Like, I don't know if you could, it's like, he main song, like his Sombra game is like, when he's on my team, like, I'm like, it's crazy. So, I'm just, if you don't mind giving him a little Sombra, that would be a really nice gift. And then I will get some serious points, is what I'm saying. I can get some points.
Dead Hero? Is that its name? Dead Hero. I know who's been naughty. De pelos. Me agarraste curva. So good. And then also Trash Baboon says that that's the reason, one of the reasons why you got together with your fiance, because you bonded over playing Overwatch. I love it. All of that is rad. I think.
Ooh, yes. That's how I found my best friends. Like, me and Danielle McCrae, we worked together. So we were work friends, but it wasn't until Overwatch came out that we became best friends, because we started gaming together. And because her level of gaming is so much higher than mine. She's like super triple platinum. The fact that she would be that patient, kind, and loving to play with a crap gamer like me, like, that was love, you know? Yes. That's real love.
Beautiful.
That's real love. But we haven't said how we met yet.
That's true. Dead Hero, thank you for subscribing. I will shout out all the subscriptions at the end, but you're rad. How did we meet? Guys, so I got was it an email? I think you reached out via my website.
I don't remember. Could have been
Danielle.
Twitter, knowing me.
Oh, maybe Twitter. Yeah.
Might have been.
But you were doing a podcast and you wanted to interview me, because you guys, what the Diva waifus? What were the waifus? The something waifus?
Waifus of Overwatch.
Waifus of Overwatch. We have a Diva waifu here, so my brain goes there. And the most adorable thing happened. Well, that was when Erin and I.
It was .com. I meant to put .com, guys.
I was so like. You sent an email saying we'd love to interview you. I said yes, let's do it. And then you chose a time, and you said something like, "Could you do noon on Wednesday?" It would be our 3 p.m. Yeah, something.
I asked the time, but you thought we were East Coast.
I thought you were London.
Yeah. Oh, even worse.
Yes.
And you just offered a time that you offered the time.
The worst part is I would never have done 8 a.m., but I thought it was going to be helpful to you because of the prior email. Something crazy.
You're basically saying we both could have slept in.
We both could have fucking slept in. So I said 8 a.m. because I had a really important day, like a lot of stuff going on, but I knew there was something was happening.
Of course you did.
So we get on to chat. It's 8 a.m., which is early for me to like be on a podcast. And these girls go, we're barely alive here. It's 5 a.m. And I go, what? You're in LA? And they're like, yes. And I go, oh
yeah, it was 5 a.m. our time.
The last thing I wanted to do was have you guys wake up at the crack of eggs to frickin'. So
you understand how much we love you, though? Like,
it hit me then.
We didn't even, we didn't bounce it off for a different time. We said she's available at 8 a.m.
No.
But we did. Let me tell you, Danielle stays up till 5 a.m. gaming. Like, she's a night owl. Can we just give extra credit to Danielle for showing up at 5 a.m. for an interview? And she did it. I was like, I didn't know she was going to make it because it was so early. But that's how much we love you. And we were crazy. So excited that you would come and do our little ridiculous show where we only interviewed actors from Overwatch. Like, that's all the show was, right? Because of Overwatch. And we haven't kept it going. Like, the last 2 years it's been so nutty, we're just like, well. But
life moved on.
It's a labor of love. All the interviews are still there. Your interview is still up on the website. It's all still there. WaifusofOverwatch.com.
You guys were rad. You were so generous. I knew very little of Overwatch at the time. I still know very little. Guys, I've been looking over at past interviews at Comic-Cons and stuff where
they're like, Carolina, if you had to choose one game mode for Sombra, what would it be? And
I'll be like, game mode? What is that?
Mayhem. Just always answer mayhem mode. That'll be quiet. Mayhem.
Yeah.
Because you're unlimited.
From now on, I just like make stuff up like carrot 5573, and they're like, "Yep, that's the answer."
I love that. But I don't play the games I'm in either because it feels like work, right? Like I game to feel like I'm not at work, so that when I'm at work, I'm much better at my job.
Work to me.
Exactly. I play games where there's no voices.
No.
Except for Overwatch, because the acting is brilliant and it doesn't bother me at all. That the game is so freaking good. That's why I play Overwatch with the voices. But most of the time, I play games that don't have voices, so I don't feel like I'm at work. I just game.
Yo, we were also gonna go play some Sombra. I was gonna drive down to you. Remember? On a Sunday afternoon, and we had to postpone for some reason. And life got away from us.
No,
something came up that you were.
It was work related.
Yeah.
Related.
Anyway, so, dude, how's this? I don't want to say how's the pandemic going, but what have you been able to?
I didn't silence my computer. I'm getting a call from a very annoying gentleman.
She's very... Ooh, hello.
No, work. It's not like that.
Of course it is, because everyone's ringing. Can we just acknowledge how brilliant Carolina is, and she's getting work right as we interview her. That's how good she is, people. You better be following and subscribing, because the fact that she has time to be here for you is a huge gift. You're welcome.
Are you channeling a lady from Harry Potter? Who are we?
I kind of felt a little Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah. No, I was digging. I was trying to in my brain.
But it was a little bit
dense. It's not Helen Mirren.
No, and that is such a good ear because I literally went from one to the other to the other to the other, and I just let it go. I just let it ride.
I'm not good at impressions, but every once in a while,
I'll start talking to myself like this, and then I realize, sometimes Judi Dench does a thing where it's very frail, but I'm not sure. And it's not good.
Yeah. But I'm like, okay, she could be a character. It's
exactly.
Not beauty, but
that's how you do it, right? Like you start with a character placement. I'm an Alexander technique girl, so I love putting the characters in my body first and letting a body part lead the way. So maybe it'll be my elbow, and all of a sudden I'm sitting like this, and then the whole body adjusts, and it's like, all of a sudden I feel really good. Hi guys, what are you doing? Shit. I feel like this is my character. I've got great elbows. I don't know. Like that's I find it effective behind a microphone because we're asked so many times, like, okay, and we also have 4 other characters we're gonna throw at you. Can you just voice these characters? And I don't want to give, even if it's one line, I don't want to I don't want that character to suffer with a crap read, so I got to give it a full body so that it becomes them.
Yeah.
And I do it with body parts because it's the fastest way for me to change characters.
Totally. Sometimes in the booth they say to me like, "Oh, we just heard you rustle. You need to do it again. Don't move so much." Because I'll be like, or like,
I'm
you know, you
yeah,
gotta.
no, I'm a mover. Yeah, absolutely. Oleg hates me because I'm always like turning my body to the side. I'm like, I need to put my arms out. Like, but the residence is in your chest. I'm like, I don't care.
Oleg. That's Blizzard talk, guys, because she.
Yeah, because we're in that club. We're in that club.
Which is one of your favorite voices to do of all the beautiful people behind you? Which one when they say, "Oh, we're gonna record some more of her or them or him"? Who do you get excited?
Yeah, it always has to do with either that they make me laugh my pants off or their heart. So the biggest heart characters, like Chie Satonaka, she makes me pee myself laughing. The stuff that comes out of my face when I'm being her, it cracks me up.
Do you have to put on a diaper, like, so you don't pee yourself for real, you know?
You gotta eat more meat. I'm always afraid I'm gonna burp really loud when I'm Chie Satonaka because she basically does kung fu and eats a lot, so I can't help you. But
is that how she laughs? Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
She's a badass. She also really likes to eat. Wait, this one right here, this Genocide Jack, she's as close as I'm ever going to get to a female Joker character. She's psychotic. Playing her it's so ridiculously fun, and it's such an intense level. I really enjoyed being her. Ural, I love because she connected with the spiritual part of me.
Wait, but you gotta give me tastes of that.
Hello? Right. Genocide Jack. I think this is a really nice place to be. Did you want me to kill you? I'd be happy to kill you.
OMG!
She's psychotic, so good. And Ural is, in the light, we are all one. Come, we shall band together and move forward. Like, she was like a Joan of Arc character. And then there's Bo. Bo is basically like my Big Bird character. She's all love, she's all heart, but she really loves her friends. And she's kind of my favorite in the entire universe because she's really sweet and she wants everybody to be happy. But then sometimes she gets very excited or emotional. Oh, goodness. I love her so much.
Oh my goodness.
So those would be
goodness. I'm geeking out. This is so incredible.
They're so good. They're so good. They're my girls. I love them so much.
Yeah, man. But like, you know, people ask me, how do you keep your characters straight? And I'm like, well, I got two big video game characters and that's it. And like, but this is like, you have full-fleshed communities that you have to like
do. But I am much older than you. So keep that in mind. No, and I don't say that I am down with my age. But keep that in mind. It just takes time over.
That's true. That's true.
It's literally this. Like I ended up in this show, Monster High and Ever After High. In Monster High, I played like 9 characters over the run of the series, right? So it started with 2, ended up 3, 4, 5, 6, and they just kept giving me more characters. And then from Monster High, they gave me the lead girl in Ever After High, and then once they give you a lead girl, they don't want to give you additional characters. Yeah. So hi, I'm Raven Queen. I'm daughter of the Evil Queen. And I think we can choose our own destiny. And I love her, and that was kind of her placement, and I'd never really been cast as a leading straight female, and she was such a badass, and I loved being her. Yeah. But I didn't get to play as many additional characters, and I love...
play the gamut. You know, you have such range. You can.
So I appreciate the women who are like stay in a lane and are able to carry like Sissy is like leading lady material. You know, like she's like she can carry the weight of the world. Whereas I would be the annoying characters jumping in to totally irritate her. That's my thing.
So much fun.
Yeah, my thing. Yeah, I love that.
I read that you do a good Yuri impression. Are we talking about Yuri Lowenthal?
Oh. You guys, that doesn't even count. though. So I Twitch stream my crappy gameplay, and I think somebody would I do a thing where with the drop points, the channel points, where if people can request a character that I have done, but somebody's like, do Yuri Lowenthal, and so I got cocky. I'm like, yeah, I'll do Lord. I could be Yuri, but then secretly text Yuri and have Yuri secretly call in, and then I pretended like I was doing Yuri's voice, but it was really Yuri doing his own
Shut
voice.
the front door. Oh my God, I love it. I thought you did a good little impression of him as a person.
He's me. Like, me and Yuri are the same person. I've had past life dreams with Yuri where we were brother and sister.
You are
So,
a gazillion
I'm
times
pretty
more
sure.
energetic than he is.
Oh no, he just pulls it back.
See,
yes.
I used to go to the same yoga
yeah.
class as Yuri, so I would see
he
him
was
yoga.
chill.
I'm like,
Yeah, he was behaving
that's
like
so
a grown up.
Yeah.
He's behaving like when I'm out in with not one of our people, I can also put on the mask of being a normal grown person. But then you put Yuri in the room with me, it's the same person. We're the same person. That's the reason we were cast. Like, if you look at our credits, at least 30 of our credits we were cast opposite each other for a good 10 years. Because we match energetically. Yeah.
So how good is your sombra?
Apagando las luces. Let me see. What we got?
Just squishing a bug.
Not quite.
Go again. I'm digging. I want it all.
I think you're in over your head. If you hold the information, you hold all the cards. If you hold the information, you hold all the cards.
All right, guys. So sombra's getting replaced for Overwatch 2.
Not ever. Always remember, and I'm an actor's actor. You may be able to imitate a sound of another actor, but you can never capture the soul. Ever. So when you're taking over somebody's role and you think you're being all that, being like, oh, I got an audition for this show. They decided not to hire any of the original actors, but they hired me to imitate them. Trust and believe, no one is going to buy you as that character because you don't have the spirit of that actor.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Thank you.
So I can sound like
lovely.
people,
Look at you.
but that soul is like, I'm
philosophy.
the only reason I can only do impressions of characters and actors I love. Somebody I dislike, I can't do their impression.
Yeah.
Because it's not in my. I'm trying to capture the spirit of that person, but and it's only ever an impression and a party trick. It is never.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Ah! Everyone's saying yes. Word nuggets of wisdom, words to live by.
That's right.
Talk to me about. We've got this twice. Your favorite Rachel quote from Dead or Alive.
Okay, so I was only ever in Dead or Alive 1, and it was Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate, and Tara Strong does the original Rachel, and for whatever reason, maybe she wasn't available. I don't know why.
Okay.
And there was no way I was going to do Tara Strong, so I just did it really low. And I don't remember the character, and I don't remember the line at all, because I kind of embarrassed and sweep it under the rug because I'm not Tara Strong, and I'm never going to be Tara Strong. Ever. But
you're Erin Fitz badass.
That's right. And I did enjoy being in the game, and it was really a fun session, but I don't remember her lines at all.
Okay, moving on. What's the Tiny Bronco moment?
Wait, you guys, this is like everybody from my Twitch channel.
I love them, but that's why I love this, because they're giving me stuff I don't know, and then it's a great story that I get to be a part of.
You guys are filthy. So my very first streaming, because I didn't stream at all, but 4 years ago, I had my PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 4 all of a sudden gave you this option to stream on Twitch. So I was playing my all-time favorite game since I was PlayStation 1, which is Final Fantasy 7. No dialogue acting, so I love it. And a lot of chocobos and chocobo breeding. And there's a character in it who's like a misogynistic, racist jack jerk, and he has an airplane. I can't remember. Did we name the airplane the Tiny Bronco, or anyway? We gave it the Tiny Bronco was the name of his plane because he had the Tiny Bronco, and and we called him my dad Solo because he reminded me of my dad and also Han Solo at the same time. Like he just had a little bit of that swagger. And my dad's a commander in the Navy, so he's got that military kind of thing. No, he did. Okay, thanks, humanity. Yeah, so the tiny Bronco moment, like, okay, so it broke me where people were that's what I love about streaming on Twitch, right? Is because the community will write something and like live on stream, somebody was making jokes and oh yeah, and the ship was like the spaceship, a shuttle. It started. It was the tiny Bronco. And it broke me. So I died on stream. There was a couple of that game, that original stream had a couple of moments that there was this. Dude, I can't. No, guys, we can't share that. That stuff's private.
Yes,
you weren't there. You didn't. You can rewatch those videos on YouTube because they were a spicy meatball. That's before I learned to try and clean up my mouth on the stream because I'm trying to get hold of
You're being really good. You just said
I'm trying.
A jerk or something you said. Yeah. Really funny.
I have a lot of made up I have rabbit stickers, I say a lot. Rabbit stickers, crap stickers, and banana stickers. So I created an emote for my substitute cussing. This is my emote for my substitute cussing.
Why are you so funny, dude? Oh my gosh. So yes, what projects have you been working on that you can talk about, or are they all NDAs?
I can talk about stuff that I recorded in my closet, as I'm sure you are.
Yeah, in my closet.
It's wild to hear AAA content that you recorded in your closet, and I feel like our apartments or wherever we live in LA should have plaques saying, this game was recorded in this closet and that the rent should go up if we leave. I recorded a bunch of the new I re-recorded all of the Sona content in League of Legends in my closet last year, and the additional Sona skin Psyop Sona, who is a lot darker. Yeah. And I was so excited about that. Because the writing is so good on those games, and now the writers, it was so collaborative, it was so gorgeous. But there's 2 other games that have not been released yet that I have recorded in my closet that I'm really excited to talk about when it comes out.
Yes.
And I'm hoping more Storybots shows up. Storybots is now owned by Netflix. So there won't be content for another year because Netflix has been, buying up the IP and getting everything Storybots, and we're doing a huge switch over to being 1,000% owned by Netflix. But so hopefully more Storybots content will be coming out. But that's not really for this age group. That's really for, although I disagree. I think everybody should watch Ask the Storybots because I didn't know how airplanes fly. They answer a lot of serious questions.
That's awesome.
I really
actually, those books of like artists for little people, and so like Van Gogh or George O'Keeffe for tiny people, and I'm like, oh, this is cool because it simplifies everything, and you're like, oh, yes, I've forgotten those things. Yeah.
Yes. Admo, thank you. I do watch. It is a comfort show for me. I watch Ask the Storybots. Feels to me the way Sesame Street and Electric Company felt when I was a kid. Awesome. So I feel like Storybots is definitely filling something, a void in terms of educational television that isn't out there right now. So that's me pumping it because I love it.
So
I want to work there forever.
I heard there's a one-woman Erin show.
Yes, there is.
Are you gonna plug it? And when can we see it on Zoom? What's the deal?
Well, we're still we got the rights from the WB for a temporary to be able to do it for a certain amount of performances, so that we can I guess get the bigger rights from the WB. But basically it goes back to what I was saying. I used to act for Mrs. Proudfoot. I used to act out the Wizard of Oz for her. And I've basically been performing the Wizard of Oz since I was 3. So I finally, all of it, the whole movie. So what happened was, I don't know if you're a spiritual person at all, but spirit was me in the butt for a number of years. I've always known I've always known I had to do it properly, like properly do it. And I've always been like, no, that's too hard. It's impossible. That's like, turns out it's 28 characters for me and 80 pages of dialogue and it's not even the original movie because we couldn't, you know, like it doesn't translate to a stage performance, the movie. So I had to completely adapt the script to make it, you know, in that parody kind of realm where we could get the rights. We had to get the rights for the music. It's basically me doing a one-woman Wizard of Oz, no props, no costumes, no lighting, no music. Everything comes out of my face. Basically, like,
I love when you say that. My face.
Everything comes out of my face. Like, so everything from, like, to, like, you know, what was it?
Oh, Total, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Well, pardon me, but could you tell me, are you a good witch or a bad witch? Oh, I'm afraid I'm not a witch at all. I'm Dorothy from Kansas. Oh, well, I'm Little Mother. The Munchkins called me because a new witch has just dropped a house on the Wicked Witch of the East. And there's the house. And here you are, and those feet sticking out are all that's left of the Wicked Witch of the East.
And then skip forward to, who killed my sister? Who killed the Wicked Witch of the East? Was it you? An accident, eh? Well, I can cause accidents too. All right, I'll bide my time, but you just try to stay out of my way. Just try. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
Wait, sing me some,
We are the Lollipop Kids. We represent the Lullaby League, the Lullaby League, the Lullaby League, and in the name of the Lullaby League, we wish to welcome you to Munchkin Land.
Ding, dicka, dicka, ding, dicka, dicka, ding, dicka, dicka, ding. We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, and in the name of the Lollipop Guild, we wish to welcome you to Munchkin Land. So I do it all. It all.
You're a force of nature.
It's so stupid. But if we
not.
ever get, well, I mean, it's stupid in the best possible way. So we've done 2 performances. One was live in LA, and it was amazing. It was so much love in the house, and it was like personal friends, because it was like giving birth, right? Like after, I would rehearsed it remotely with the director over Skype for 3 years. That's how I'm like, I'm not ever going to perform it. I'm just rehearsing it so I can get it out of me and spirit can just stop kicking me in the butt. And then my director's like, well, we should probably perform it. So then I'm like, only to people I know. We performed it to only people I know. And then on March 1st last year, I went to Portland, which is where my director lives. And I performed it in Portland to an actual live audience of strangers, except my parents drove down from Canada to watch it. And we recorded it for promotional purposes because we thought I would be touring in 2020. That's what we thought. I got home 4 days later. LA went into lockdown. So then we haven't really been able to perform it yet. So now we're in rehearsals. We're trying to get rights from the WB so that I can do a streaming live performance of it. And right now it looks good, like we might be able to, but it's going to be to a group of tickets. It'll be like 100 tickets or something. So I know. But if you go to fakeradio.net, I'm going to put it fakeradio.net. That's my producer's production company for live shows. My show is under that umbrella. And if you sign up to be on the email list, he doesn't email all the time, but when he does, like if there's a show coming up, he will do an email to anybody who signs up there. So if you want to know about that show and where it's going and what's going on, it'll be on that website.
You'll tweet that out too, right? Because like,
right now we have a backlist of people who, like it has been, the support has been insane. I guess it's because everyone could use a good laugh. And the show is a good laugh. It's a good laugh. It's stupid.
Well,
it's so much fun.
Being a great laugh, it's like just amazing to watch you do it. You know, it's like.
Right. Well, what I wanted to do, because I remember being in grade 4 in Canada, I lived in Toronto, and I remember a theater group came to my school, and they didn't have props, costume set, or anything, and they did a whole live performance. And when I saw them, it was the first time my parents had taken me to the fancy theater where it was like super expensive and super fancy, and I knew I wanted to be an actor. I'm like, but that's some fancy stuff. But in the school production, I realized I could do that. That didn't cost any money. I could do that. And so what I'm doing with my show is the same thing as a guy I went to university with named Charles Ross, who for the last decade has been touring his one-man Star Wars. Same thing, no costume set. He's been all over the world. He's brilliant. He's freaking brilliant. So I knew it could be done because I've seen his shows. He has one man Lord of the Rings, one man Star Wars, one man Avengers. He's a genius. Yeah. So that was all, again, Spirit. You know, he's like one of my best friends from university. He does it in Spirit. Like, see, Charles can do it. And then I bump into Charles in Australia. Charles ends up in my life, having moved millions of miles away. Over and over again, Charles in my life. And so I finally get together to do, okay, I'm going to do this show. I know that some little kid is going to watch it, having never seen the movie or read the book, and be like, I can do something like that. And that's my goal. My goal is that you don't have to have a bunch of money. If you're a performer, whether it's a singer, actor, even if you're an artist and you don't have all the fancy materials, you don't need to spend money to create. You don't need to spend money to create. And you don't need necessarily to spend money to be entertained if you have a family.
Yeah. That's the point of my web series, you know. I borrowed wigs. Most everyone has some sort of smartphone these days.
Get it.
You film it with your freaking iPhone. You edit it yourself on whatever jankety way you can do it. Because I wasn't an editor. I learned how to edit my web series. And
how long is your web series? Has it been 10 years for your web series? How long has it been going?
I started it 5 years ago, but I've only done 4 seasons.
Only 5 years. It's only been 5 years.
No. But like there are 3-minute episodes, and and then there's like 8 or 10 episodes per season. So they're like little vignettes. And every year I kind of do it, I let them rest, and then I'm like, ooh, they're itching to come back, and so I bring them back.
That part. You know you're an actor when your characters are kicking you in the butt. They're like, hey, you haven't taken us out to play in a while. It's my turn. Yeah. That's it.
You know what's crazy? I was at Danny, shout out to Danielle Brito, who's taking care of Twitch. You guys all know her as Maisie Grobe. She's just a light in my life. She was one of my characters on my web series with a friend in New York, AJ, and so they were both on Halloween. They dressed up as 2 of my characters, which was the best thing. And then another special fan thing was at a Comic-Con in New York. This guy shows up, and he's got a unibrow and a little hat, and he's doing a Twitch, and he's going, who am I? And he's my character, Roberto, from my web series. And his name is, the actual guy is Vinny from New Jersey, and he made my day at New York Comic Con. I mean, so many people come dressed up as Sombra, but when you dress as a character I created, So,
is there a season 5? Matrace needs to know. Is there a season 5? We all
not yet, guys. One needs to rest.
And I'm doing rested all year. I mean, we've been in quarantine. Isn't it time for you? I'm just saying.
No, the last time I did it was in May, and I'm still but
fair enough.
Vinny invited me to his wedding.
Did you go?
It's in September. I might go. I don't know. I haven't decided.
We have to be vaccinated, Vinny. We got to be vaccinated. We are not risking the life of Carolina Ravata. We are not risking the life of Carolina Ravata.
Yeah. We're not. No, of course not. But I was like, dude, that's really sweet. Yes, guys, the web series is called Hispanglo-Saxon. It's on my YouTube channel. The same name, Hispanglo-Saxon. Anyway.
Brilliant. Yes. I love that because that's important. I think that a lot of people think that to do what we do, they have to jump in and somehow become quote, quote, professional. But being a professional is just working at it every day. That's what being a professional, 90% of this job is the stuff we do when we're not getting paid. 90% of this job is working the chops, making sure that your entire body is able to take on characters, making sure your face and your muscular and your voice is not going to blow out after 4 hours of being a different character and doing something that's not normal. You need to be practicing all of that. And if you're not creating your own content where you can explore and create process and allow yourself to potentially suck, if you don't give yourself the opportunity to suck, how are you going to know when you hit something that feels amazing? It's like you can't experience light without dark. So you have to know when a character isn't landing for you and when a character does. And it's nothing to do with somebody else's experience of your character. It's your experience of being that character. And then once those characters are birthed, they will sit right, like this is what my characters feel like all the time. This is why I love this collage. When I'm ready to bring out a character, for example, this character right here, that's literally the Wicked Witch of the West and Dorothy that they put into World of Warcraft, Burning Crusade. And they hired me before I even thought of doing my one-woman show. I was hired because I could do all the characters. And the universe was like, we're going to make sure your chops are still working and throw you some work to keep these characters alive because we're going to need them in a few years. Yes. Cut to. So, like, that's the thing. The work is 90. And then when you show up for the job, the amount that you actually work is about and get paid is about 10% compared to the work that you're putting in to develop your craft, to work the craft. You know what I mean? And that's why actors get paid session fees that they get is because that money's got to last. That money's got to last. We got a budget. You know what I mean?
Look at you guys. Is everyone taking notes? Hello, hello. All of this is just so brilliant. Mercy Ura is a little late. She's all the way in the Welsh land. She's mentioning that her Monster High. What's that character sound like? So we can give her some love.
There is Rochelle Goyle. Do you remember Rochelle Goyle? She was in Scaries. I had a boyfriend, Garrett. Hang on. This is Spectre Bondergeist reporting for Monster High. Oh, how are you doing, Mercy Ura?
Abby Abominable. This is Abby. Customary greeting to you. Very happy to see you. Can I give you a hand? Ha! I make joke.
Can you just keep doing stuff like this? Because I am like, I know we're going over. Do you have a little time to go over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I'm in quarantine.
Dude, I have to send a voiceover to New York within a half hour, but I think I'm gonna put it off. No, I'm having too much fun. Like, this is crazy.
Oh, hang on, let me do CA Cupid for Kerr.
CA Cupid on the air. I just wanted you to know that I love you, and there's someone out there who love you too.
Do you always remember the voice lines that these characters say, or you just kind of know what they're like, and so you just make up the thing?
I go from the heart. Yeah, I'm making up the lines because I don't remember what they say. I have to go to the heart of who they are, and then what they think, and then I make something up if I remember them. There are so many characters I don't remember because after a 30-year career, and when you work. When I work, I'm a utility person, so 3 to 30 characters, like Elder Scrolls. There's at least 40 to 50 to 60 characters that I play in Elder. Same with Hearthstone. Hundreds of characters are in Hearthstone. I don't remember any of them.
That's amazing.
Any of them. Because I'm the girl they hired to do.
Yeah. You show up. So you do a lot of Walla. You do a lot of incidentals. You do a lot of.
I don't do Walla in America. Like, nobody will hire me for loot groups in America, which is fine. Probably because I got it out of my system in Vancouver. I loved it. But now I'm additional characters for games. Like, I get a lot of additional characters for games. And usually out of the additional characters, someone will be like, hey, why don't you be this character who has a little bit more lines and I get a little more juice out of it.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Resmart, thank you for the subscription. Goodbye. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye, Resmart. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Oh, Twitty Kit, did you get your chair? I was told you did. I hope you did. I'm so excited. We gave away a chair just like this one, and I was notified that you received it. So I hope you're enjoying it very much.
I'm impressed that you have. I have a pile of mail that I've got to get out, like autographs and stuff. I refuse to go to the post office this month. It's terrifying. I'm like, no post office.
My doctor friend just said double mask. I have to get him out because if I don't, well, I didn't mail the chair. The Secret Lab.
Okay. Oh yeah, right.
I mailed paper stuff. I have to get it out, or else I'm like, my brain explodes, and then I start worrying that the fan won't get what they need.
Yeah. That's
what was I going to ask you though about your awesome voices? Something. Erin streams. Yes, check out her stream. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know. There was a question that came about. Walla. So do you work with an agent in LA, or are you just like connected to all the studios and they like go, Erin, we need you for 75 voices?
I am not connected to all the studios at all. There's a lot of studios after 20 years of living here, there's studios I've never worked for. It has to do with people I've worked with. I'm either referred, people refer me, or people who work with me just use me over and over and over again. Again, because I'm a heavy lifter. So, I do have an agent. I'm represented by A3, but I did the.
Did we know this? Did we have the same agents?
I knew that, but you didn't know that because it's new. It's new because I spent a year without an agent. Yeah, I spent a year. I walked away from an older agent just because the door was open for me to try something. And I've been with the same agent for 20 years, and I love them, and they are brilliant. Yeah. But after 20 years, I was like, I really need to step into some new energy for myself. Yeah. And I was doing a whole bunch of transformation for myself, artistically speaking, and my show was getting birthed, and I thought I was going to go on tour. Yeah. So I was like, I'll just walk away now. And then I decided in the summer that it was time for me to get another agent in A3 and the team at A3. So technically, yes, we are.
Congrats, guys! That's a really big deal. Getting an agent, sticking with one, having a really good agency represent you that believes in you is like it's a tough thing in LA. So that's huge. I mean, you're incredibly talented and have a huge resume. So I'm sure it wasn't difficult, but it's still a big deal.
Well, nobody needs another white girl right now, and nor should they, because it's about time that white girls take a little backseat. And I'm happy to be back. I'll be your token white girl in any project. I think white women can take a little backseat right now, and we can have all of the actors of color take the forefront because it is long overdue.
Thank you.
And I'm ready for some good, juicy characters that we haven't seen because I'm bored of all the.
That is really beautiful. However, you are an incredibly talented white woman. You're not just doing hello, I can do this voice and that's it.
But I really want to.
You're like 100,000
evil. I'll be all of the evil women in it. I'm down with that. I'm totally down with that.
You are so freaking hysterical.
It'll be fun. Anyway, but yeah, so I like A3 because they got like such a huge, diverse roster. That was a big deal for me. That was a big deal for me. I wanted to be with, because some of the rosters that I saw were all white, and that made me uncomfortable. I'm like, no, I don't want to go over there.
Yeah. It also tells you a lot about the agency if they are just representing Caucasian peeps. You're like, you should be up with the times. I remember I was interviewing with a bunch of agents to get a face acting agent, like acting, live action stuff. And they were like, yeah, we'd love to have you. We don't have any Hispanic talent.
I am unstoppable.
At the time it was 2019.
That part.
And that part, like, you don't have Hispanic talent. You should. At this day and age, it would behoove you to have multicultural people on,
Also, saying we don't have Hispanic talent is kind of gross in itself, right? Like, it's actresses and actresses and actresses. And one of my biggest pet peeves is that I have, like, a ton of these amazing African-American actress friends who don't have to play. We're in cartoons. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And the racism has been real behind the mic for a long time. So now that people are starting to be like, oh, maybe we should just be casting great actors. Yeah. And now, and all of my friends are finally getting booked. So I'm really excited.
You said that the white women can take a step back. I think that, like, I'm not a hater of white men, but in cartoons too, it's been dudes doing voices for everything.
Female characters for everything.
Women haven't had a chance as much either. So it's still, we're still working our way up to all the things.
Well, here's the thing, and this is the encouraging thing that I'm going to share. The producers of the Storybot show, they actually, and they're all white men, and they did this amazing thing, which I had never heard of any white production company doing. They went back and they looked at the amount of characters they created for season 1 of Ask the Storybots, and they realized how many were male characters. And then they were like, we need to fix this. And so they tried for the next season to make it 50-50. So they thought they made it 50-50, released the season, and realized it was still not 50-50. And then they actively, but the one pickle with it was that I was the only utility female on the cast. So as they were creating all these more female characters, all of it is like on me to do all the characters. I'm like, can you please hire this person? Can you please hire this person? Can you please? And so now,
for them.
Now they have now they've reached out for more females, more diversity, more everything, and they actively are doing it, like actively are, and there are men like that exist. I don't know how many, but the fact that I get to work with them and they are amazing and I heart their faces off and they are legit badass. Yeah. Legit, that's badassery right there. Yeah. Taking accountability, seeing when you're doing something wrong and then fixing it. Yeah. Done. Love that.
I mean, Gina Davis mentions it because she has a whole organization devoted to this. But she's like, if you're reading a script and you see there's a bunch of male roles, you can just like switch their gender and be like, oh, and generally it works. You don't always have to have male cops. You don't always have to have, male FBI agents. You don't always have to like, it can be, and you can have male nurses. Like it
also,
can be a mix.
You don't always have to have a gendered character. They don't even gender is a construct. True. Gender is a construct. And so we don't even have to have genders. There could be gender fluid. There could be, it doesn't matter. Like that needs to get to there. But one of the, I saw something over here and it triggered, oh yeah, CCH Pounder. One of the most amazing heavy hitter actresses in America, CCH Pounder. She auditioned for The Shield. She was on The Shield. But when she auditioned for The Shield, it was literally the breakdown. It was a white male role. Because her name is CCH Pounder, she submitted by tape, and her agent was badass to be like, yes, you should read for this part. Because most agents wouldn't let a black woman read for a white male part. But CCH was like, no, this is for me. She put it on tape. Her agent had the badassery, the foreknowledge to be like, yes, submitted it amongst an ocean of white males, and she booked it. She opened that door, which opened the door for many other women. Like, she was like, it's irrelevant. Gender here is irrelevant.
Absolutely. Preach, girls.
I love that.
I was going to, I don't have a cold, guys. I am dealing with some serious spring allergies in the Los Angeles area.
They're crazy. Me too.
Yeah, I keep just like runny nose, itchy eyes.
Yeah, same.
And legit. Senor Busy Man is waiting for me to get on the Casa Grandes, and I'm telling you, I'm going to record for them on Monday. Oh no, I lied. I recorded for Loud House last year. I'm going to do Casa Grandes. A small role, but still a fun one.
I feel like you should be a lead on Casa Grandes, and I was really surprised to hear that you weren't. And also, Victor Valentina, how come you're not a lead in that? So can somebody please, anybody in casting for Victor and Valentino, Carolina Ravata needs to be more than an additional voice. Are you kidding me? Like, seriously, I don't understand. And Casa Grandes, you definitely should be a regular in that, for real. Like, that's ridiculous that you're not a regular in that, in my opinion.
First of all, Victor Valentino has been so good to me. They just throw roles at me constantly. I've done quite a few, and I enjoy them very much. I love that. I think they did all the casting. I mean, the series regulars on the show are awesome, and they were meant to be who they are.
Yes, and they are very good.
At one point, the creator, Diego, was auditioning people for the role of Victor. So I was doing this like little Mexican guy who's like a bit of a dick, because Victor's a little dick, and but in the end he ended up voicing the character, and he actually does an incredible job. So like, if there's a new character, it might happen, but for now I'm really happy that they're just throwing stuff at me, and yes, he's kind of Roberto amazing. There's gonna be more.
Oh, so much more coming your way. This is it. This is the year. This is your year. No question.
I'm excited for stuff. I do a little voice in a Disney pilot that got greenlit, and
Disney needs content.
Yeah, it should be a fun little recurring that I can do. So we'll see once things get rolling. But
Oh, I'm very excited. Okay, I'll keep my eyes on. I'll be ready for it. Do
you do a lot of anime connected to?
I used to do anime. I've never done a lot of anime. I've been in a lot of Japanese RPG games. Like the bulk of my Japanese content is games.
Wow.
But and I did some anime. But I don't do anime reads. I'm so anti the anime read because it's already that I find that casting people don't like my reads because I refuse to sound like the original Japanese. I believe in localization, and if you're going to be local, then you should be the style of the place that you're being local in. So that's kind of where I live on it. But I have played, like, some of my gaming characters, like Noir and Chie, ended up in their own anime series. And then I have some pretty iconic moments in anime series. I played like 8 characters in Bleach. I was in Naruto Shippuden. I was in Baruto. But I find that, I kind of like the money better in games and cartoons, because anime pay rate is so garbage, and they still don't respect anime actors for to me, it's the hardest acting gig in the world, because you have to match the lip flaps, you have to do your own performance. Most of the time, they don't give you the script. Like, you never get the script beforehand, so you're getting 1 take, maybe 2, and they want you to do like this. Like, I don't like the pressure of I don't like giving crap performances, and I find that the way that they're under a time limit, and they have to hurry, and they need to match, and then that some places don't give the time for a great performance. Some places do. There are some amazing houses that, if you see an anime credit in the last few years, know that house, to me, has a brilliant director and production company that I think is well worth my time as an actor. And some people, it feels like fast food to them, and they're just pumping it out, and I don't want to be on fast food anymore. I'm at the place in my career where I don't have to be on fast food anymore, and I put my craft and my artistry now higher than making a buck. I don't want to make a buck anymore, or even be on something famous if it means that I have to sacrifice my own performance. I'm done doing that. I'm old enough that I'm just like, no, I want to put the heart of my job first. I want to put my characters first.
And it's not even about age. Like, you can reach a point where you go, you know what?
Yeah, that's true.
My soul. Like, I don't want to do any instructional videos anymore. I don't want to narrate how to frickin' plug this contraption to that one and then turn on the frickin' Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. I've done that, and it kills my soul.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I'm a Western animation girl. I love Western animation. Like, like my new favorite series to watch is Kid Cosmic, who the woman I share the Junko role with, Junko over here, Amanda Celine Miller, she's got a lead in Kid Cosmic, and she's killing it, and it's so good, and the animation is so good, and it's gorgeous, and if you're not watching it on Netflix, you should be, because it is so good. It's my heart. My favorite cartoon before Kid Cosmic was Clarence. Like, I watch cartoons, and I watch American cartoons. American, Canadian, Western cartoons. I like cartoons.
What's the one thing, I hate the whole dream question, but what's one, like, ideal situation where you're like, I would kill to, work on that project or that company?
It's never about the project. It's always about who I want to work with as an actor. And it's always actors I want to work with. It has nothing to do with I don't care what the project is. I genuinely don't. Like,
it's awesome.
My goal, I would like to be in the room with all of these female talents that I know on the same project. Like, I have a list of actresses I want to be in the room with, where we're all on the same show at the same time. Instead of one of us and 20 men in the room, I want it to be 20 women and maybe a couple of token males. Or we'll just my dream. That's my dream.
Yes,
that's what I want.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
That just shows how skewed we are with society and reality. When they were talking about the Supreme Court, and they asked Ruth Bader Ginsburg, how many women she thought made sense to be on there, and she said all 9. And I at one point I go, no, it should be half and half. But then I was like, it's been all men for centuries.
Ever.
Why is it such a crazy thought to imagine all women? In an equal world, I do imagine half and half. Of course, there's 9, so maybe 5 and 4. 5 women.
Yeah, but as female actresses, we can play male characters.
Yeah.
Males have been playing female characters for decades and decades and decades. Yeah. And if we had an all-female cast, we could play if it's a young cartoon, we can all do the male characters. And that's my dream job. That's what I want. That's what I want to be at. And I'm not taking work away from my male counterparts, because literally every video game that's come out, it's 600 male characters to 3 female characters. Those guys are getting work, whether or not they're not on my dream show that I have created in my head. Thank you. And there's only 3 of us that are white. The rest of us are everything else.
Yeah. And same with live action. I would look at casting episodes that were casting for like Blacklist or all these shows, and it would be 20 males and one female role being cast.
Yep.
So then you go, oh, I don't. While men have 20 opportunities in different roles, we have one. That is a very hard thing to book a role when there just aren't the opportunities. So we're getting there.
I think the change comes from women being the writers and women being the producers. Because it's not even because we've got a lot of female casting directors, but they've got the misogyny so ingrained, and they've been working with clients that have taught them certain things. I think it's more important to have female directors and female producers and female writers. And it starts with the writers, right? Like, Sombra is such a well-written character, and your performance of her is so brilliant that it's such an authentic female character. That's why she resonates. And the same with Symmetra, like the authenticity of the female characters, because they hire female writers, like it makes a big difference. Like it resonates. It really resonates, And
even just the fact that like Michael Chu, who writes on it, is Asian. He's, there is a different perspective in your upbringing,
or even and the gender fluid people and the trans people in the company who are working, that you can cross over. Like it becomes a lot more awareness. It's just about awareness, and it's so juicy.
Yeah, and Seamanity mentions that the opposite is also true. Women have voiced men characters. I think our point is that just in the history of all humanity, for the most part, everything's been male dominated. And so even if there are those examples of a female voicing a male, or shows like, Orange is the New Black is all women, that's one of a million that are all male
heavy.
We're still switching it over. And again, it's not male hating or anything like that. It's just like we want,
because they're still going to be booking plenty of work. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and it's the same thing. It's the same thing with diversity. Like an all-black cast for a black show is brilliant because it's not taking away from all the white shows that exist. It's just in addition to. It's opening the door wider so that we have more content to choose from. It's not going to take away, but it's going to represent an entire portion of the planet. You know what I mean? It's the same. It doesn't bother me to have an all Latino show that I'm going to watch because I can't get enough of it because it's a whole perspective. When they canceled One Day at a Time, the remake, I just about lost my mind. I'm like, I had not seen anything like that. Oh my God, can we just read a Moreno forever? Like seriously, like it was. It broke my heart. It broke my heart when they canceled it because I was like, this is the content we need. This is the content we need. This is the content we need. I need it. I need it.
Yeah, and we feel, that's the feedback I get always, that Sombra is a representation of a bunch of Latinos, and they feel like, oh my gosh, finally I get to play a character that sounds like me, and that is exciting, and isn't, are we getting rated? No. Are we rating somebody? What's happening?
Yes!
We got rated!
A million rated with 4 years. Thank you, a million. Thank you.
Danny, I totally want to raid Lucy Pohl. I think she's trying to cook a grilled cheese or something, so we'll do that.
Oh, you mercy mates, we're gonna raid Mercy. We're gonna raid Mercy.
I was gonna start wrapping this baby up. You have just forever. No, dude, God, this has been so inspiring and fun and exciting and enlightening. Thank you so much. Like, you're just so talented, dude. Where can people find you and follow your amazingness? And talk about your Twitch.
Oh yeah, Erin Fitzgerald. That's my name. That's my Twitch. Erin Fitzgerald. And on my Twitch page, you can get most of my social media. It's Erin Fitzgerald on Twitch, Erin Fitzgerald on Twitter. My website is Erin Fitz Badass, and my Instagram is Erin Fitz Badass. And then on my Twitch page, you can get to the Discord if you're a Discord human. We
got a lot of Discorders here.
Yeah. So I'm the House of Misfits. Get it, Misfits, but also we're a bunch of misfits, and it's very LGBTQIA friendly. So if you're not that sort of friendly, stay out of my Discord.
Or learn some stuff and join and share the love.
toxicity out of my Discord.
I mean, yes, keep the toxicity out. So educate yourself before, or go in and observe and learn and be open-minded.
Make new friends. If you're looking for some Rainbow Mafia friends, come on in.
Absolutely. Yes, I am unapologetically always supportive of the LGBTQIA plus community. I was going to do some shout-outs if you want to join me while we do. Oh my god, what if I shout them out and you do some fun voice related?
Okay.
This is going to be fun. And don't worry, Merciera, I'll give you a voice line. Don't worry. Okay. Let me start. Okay, so Reese Smart left, but he did gave out 5 tier 1 community gift subs.
One shot, one kill. Because I love Chloe.
Great. Eve 5220 subscribed for 1 month at tier 1.
Eve, you're awesome. I totally appreciate you. You're a gifting god.
Eve also gave out 5 tier 1 community gift subs.
Eve, you're just amazing. Oh my gosh, I'm like crying out of my face right now. Shut up.
Dead Hero, you're supposedly Sombra's biggest fan. Subscribe for 1 month at tier 1.
Dead Hero, you are wonderful, and we will marry you.
I don't know if I will marry him or her or them, but okay. I'm gonna give a Sombra voice line to Technova, and then you can do the same. Ready? Okay. Órale, a darle con todo. You're like, I'm not trying that Espanol shit. Love it, love it, love it. Bitter Knave gave out 5 tier 1 community gift subs.
Bitter Knave, you're such a dolly. Look at you with all the subs, eh? You're just gifting it all out.
Yeah. Oh my god, I need Ava to come out in this next one. Meow_indeed subscribed for 2 months, tier 1.
Oh my god, you subscribe to my friend. I'm so appreciative. Thank you so much for the subscription.
It's almost like she lacks air sometimes because she talks so much. It's amazing. And propaganda is useless, but Sombra is not. That's what he said. Or she. I don't know. Mercy, you're cheered 100 bits. Oh, okay, that one's silent. I'm gonna give Merciera a voice line. Which Sombra one do I want? Everything can be hacked, and everyone.
Welcome to my reality.
Yes, Glinda. Is that Glinda? One of those.
She's doing Symmetra. My Symmetra sounds a lot like Glinda. That's just real.
It's awesome.
Sounds like Glinda.
Espanol shite. Yeah. And Emiliano de Music raided us with a party of 4. Thanks, Deuterino. Raid. Dude, I want to thank you profusely for joining me today. I've learned so much. You're just such a spunky, joyful, sunny human being. That's the word, sunny.
Oh, I like that. Thank you. I received that in my heart.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Since you're not so
much fun.
Oh, good.
I haven't hung out with anybody in so long. I feel this actually gave me all of those endorphins from hanging out that I've been missing. So I really appreciate it.
I've realized that's been a good thing too. Like, it's been an excuse to hang out with other voice actors that are incredible, because we don't, we're busy doing work, so we don't hop on the phone and say each other. Yeah, exactly. Oh, we got one more subscription from Greybat.
Oh, yay! Thank you, Greybat, for subscribing to Carolina Gavetta.
I'm gonna pull out my new Ubica and say muchísimas gracias, Greybat87, porque I feel like it's such an honor to receive you right now, because we are here with the Erin Fitz badass. Ella es una badass de verdad. Entonces, thank you very much.
I totally like that. That was pretty good, right? Oh my god, that's some serious stuff right there.
When you were talking about where you place your voice, I do feel like they're nasal, and there's something about the chin that's happens.
If you're definitely gonna do my Rosie Perez, because I love Rosie, because she's the badass,
Just gonna say, it's a very Rosie thing you gotta do. Oh my god, I've watched some Letterman with her, and back in the day, she was on helium. She's like, oh my god, you're so funny. You're like, what is that?
Yes.
It's so crazy. Yeah,
I love her so much. Yes.
All right, guys. So follow the Erin. She's incredible. All the voices are just amazing. Let's keep in touch, dude. You're rad.
Yeah, for sure.
Patrick. What else? I mean, what else could have made this stream more entertaining? I just don't know. How do you feel right now?
I had created or found something really great. Somebody in the chat gave us Nussy. We found Funa. Like, these are all just legendary things.
And Carolina's here. Let's say hello to Carolina.
Oh my God, Carolina's probably
Carolina, we were just talking about you and Nussies, and yes, Carolina, how do you feel about the concept of a Nussie? A nose, Johnny?
I don't know if I can.
I can't either. I can't.
When you make me do it on the spot, I can't.
You said it earlier. No, we can't say it.